Today, I begin a new life, for I'm the master of my abilities. And today, it's going to be a great, beautiful day.
YouTube was good. All right, so look, this video is gonna be based on getting the perfect blend and the perfect lineup when doing your haircuts. So before you start any haircut, you always want to make sure you comb the hair out and or brush the hair. So all that's gonna do is just prepare your clippers for when you start cutting the hair. Because if you don't comb or brush the hair out, you go snag and pull your client hair, and that's something you don't want to do. So you see me combing the hair out before I started the cut. So now what I'm doing is I'm starting my first guideline with the cutting clipper, lever close. I see a lot of barbers using this technique because we find it easier to take that first guideline out when you start the fading process. You can use the trimmers, but doing it this way is way easier because if you set that first guideline in with the trimmer and you set it in too harsh, it's gonna be harder to take out. So if you're a beginner, I think this is the best method for you to start your first guideline with. And take your time when you're doing these haircuts. You don't wanna rush anything. If you're rushing your cuts or rushing the process, your blends is not gonna come out how you want it to come out. So right here, I'm starting my second guideline with the lever open. My guidelines are about an inch apart. All of my guidelines are about an inch apart. You always want to make sure you stretch your blends. Make your guidelines bigger than usual. Trust me, I know you feel like if you make your guidelines too big and the blends is gonna be too high. I'm telling you, it's not. You're gonna get the perfect blend if you stretch your guidelines out. And always make sure you comb or brush the hair after every stroke or after every other stroke. No diddy. So now you see me knocking out that line between the lever open and the lever close. So all I'm doing here is knocking that line out. I have my lever halfway and I'm gonna be going halfway and close to make sure I knock that line out. You gonna see the line disappear as I continue to blend. I put the one guard on now. It's gonna be the same steps. I put the one guard on, I have the lever open, and I'm gonna go up about an inch. And after that, I'm gonna close the lever to knock that line out that you see under the one guard open. And then after that, it's gonna be a faint line. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the one guard off and I'm gonna open the lever on the cutting clipper and completely knock that line out. And it's gonna be like smooth, like the blend is gonna be really smooth. And you see me combing the hair after every couple of strokes, no diddy. And that's because I'm combing the hair to see what other hair needs to be cut. Because if your guidelines is not straight and not clean, you're gonna have a lopsided blend and you don't want that. So you always wanna make sure you comb the hair or brush the hair after every couple of strokes to make sure you cut all the hair that needs to be cut off and have clean guidelines. So this is crucial when blending into longer hair. And what I'm doing is I'm debulking the hair. And that means I'm cutting the hair down to be able to blend in to the hair better than usual. You never want to blend into longer hair without debulking first because it's just gonna be a big mess. And if you are like a beginner barber, it's gonna make you frustrated and you're gonna get irritated and you're not gonna even want to cut no more. So as a new barber, for any barber, you always want to make sure you debulk the hair so you can be able to blend into the longer hairs better, and so you can visually see everything and you can see what you're doing. You always want to be in control because if you're not, you're gonna spend unnecessary time on the cut and it's gonna take longer to finish. And always dust your client off during the cut so they won't have all that hair on. So I'm gonna do the same process around the whole head. What you do to one side, you do to all sides. So when you guys doing your cuts, make sure you taking your time with the cuts and just perfecting your craft. Practice makes perfect, and that's a true statement. Like that's factual. Like if you don't practice anything that you do, you're not gonna become great at it. Basketball players, they be up 4 or 5 in the morning practicing a shot, practicing their moves, and after they done it so many times, when they play in the games, they go hit that shot, or they go cross somebody over from practicing that move. So like I said, practice makes perfect. Continue to do haircuts and perfect your blend and create your own fading system. You can use other barber techniques, but take from other barbers and create your own fading method. Create a fading system that works for you and a system that you're comfortable with. For those of you who don't know, I'm from Compton, California. I lived in LA and Compton my whole life, but I grew up in Compton. I think I'm gonna do a separate video, an about me video, so y'all can know more about me and who I am and why I started cutting hair. If y'all want me to do that video, let me know in the comment section. Cody. So this is where the magic happens. This is what's gonna bring the whole cut together. So you see me prepping the hairline to be lined up. A lot of barbers comb the hair down. When they trim the hair down in the front, like how you see I'm doing here, they cut it down too low and they line it up and then they spray it with enhancements or color. You don't want to do that. You always want to leave the hair kind of thick. And you see I'm using holding spray right here. So when I start lining the hair up, the hairline won't move or the hair won't move. But when you trim the hair down in the front, you don't want to trim it down too low. You want to leave it kind of dark. So when you line it up, it's gonna look fly. Like you go see, like when I'm done with the lineup, you go see like how good it look with it being kind of dark. And I know his hairline is like patchy. That's because of his natural hair. I can't do nothing about that. But that's why I left the hair in the front kind of dark. So as I line it, like the hairline is gonna be crispy. It's gonna overall look better. Boy, if you don't. Some people go say this a pushback. I did not push him back. As you seen earlier in the video, he didn't have a set hairline for me to go off of, so I had to create one. So usually when starting a lineup, you always want to start in the middle, but that's not gonna always be the case because some people's hairline is not even. Some people's hairline is higher on the left side than the right, and some people's hairline higher on the right side than the left. So you always want to start in the middle, but initially, if it's not even, you want to start from the highest point of the lineup. I'm gonna add a little bit of enhancements. You never want to add too much enhancements. Enhancements is just to make something enhanced, make it look a little bit more better, but yet natural. So when adding enhancements, you never want to apply too much. You want to apply just a little bit just to bring the haircut out, just to bring the hairline out a little more. A lot of barbers use a lot of enhancements to cover up a lot of their mistakes, or they'll spray the enhancements first and then they'll line it up. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to make sure the natural hairline is naturally crispy and right, then add a little bit of enhancements on top to bring the whole haircut together. I'm using the color pencil to bring the hairline out just a little more. I know I'm supposed to use a lighter color pencil, but I didn't want it too noticeable, so that's why I'm using a color pencil that matches skin tone. Now the straight razor is more advanced. It's for the people that's been cutting hair for some time now and that know what they're doing. If you're a beginner, I suggest you practice before you start using a straight razor on somebody. And you can practice by using some shaving cream and a balloon. If you can shave the whole balloon without popping it, that means you holding the straight razor at the correct angle and you're not pushing too hard down on the balloon. I'm gonna teach y'all a little trick. I didn't have a sponge to use to twist his hair with, so what I had to do, I had to improvise. If you don't have a sponge to twist somebody's hair, Get you a towel or a rag and do how I did. You fold it and then you start twisting it counterclockwise or clockwise, and it's gonna work just as good as a sponge. As you can see, how I'm doing it is working perfectly. That's a little secret I wanted to share with y'all. Now for the final touches, I'm gonna go around the head, pause, and cut any hair that's sticking out and shape the hair on the sides. So all that's gonna do is just make the cut look that much better. And this is what separates you from all the other barbers. That's why I said earlier in the video, detailing is crucial. You detail your cuts and pay attention to every little thing, you'll get you a fresh cut every time. This is pretty much the end of the video. I appreciate you for tuning in. If you like the video, please let me know in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. I drop weekly, and I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.